Hi, I'm Kristen. I've been working in tech for one of the big five companies for most of my adult career. Outside of my day job, I've taught yoga, I've taught skating, I've been a life coach, I'm an artist, and I love to draw. Even though I have a good career, a supportive partner, great friends, awesome hobbies, I've been struggling with depression and self-doubt for like the past couple years, I want to say, maybe a year and a half to 2 years. I'm actively going through a growth and change period in my life right now, trying to overcome feeling down on myself and feelings of depression. And I wanted to document my journey on here for y'all to see. I hope the things that I try will help you too, or at least inspire you to be vulnerable and try something new. Today I'll be talking about what I've just been doing in the past couple weeks to reclaim my power and step into this newer, more authentic version of myself. If this is of interest to you, please like this video and subscribe so it tells YouTube to push this video out to other people who might need some inspiration and support too. Okay, let's get into what I've been doing so far to help myself. Number one, the most important thing is mindset. Like, this is something that I used to teach my clients before, whether it was yoga or coaching, and I just know it to be true. Like, you can't create change in your life without first changing your mindset around it. So this is something that I've really focused on in the past week and a half, maybe even 2 weeks now, I don't know, on like getting better at, because the state of it is that I feel down about myself. I feel afraid of being seen. I feel depressed, and generally I just don't feel good, right? And when I don't feel good, I'm not like letting my authentic light shine out into the world. And that's a problem. That's a problem because we all have something beautiful and wonderful to share. I am actively dimming myself, and I need to figure out why and how to help myself get out of it. Changing your mindset is not like a light switch that you can just flip on or off. It takes time and effort and help. And one of the things that I started doing immediately when I kind of just like clicked that, oh my gosh, I need to change myself. Like, you know that moment. If you didn't know that moment, you wouldn't be here watching this right now. When I was like, I need to change myself first, I started just watching YouTube videos on the subject and related subject matters. For example, recovering from the fear of being seen. And I'm here right now, so it must be working at least a little bit. I also signed up for a course called Fierce Living, pretty sure that's it, from Spirit Daughter. I'll leave a link in the description below in case you're interested in checking it out. But basically it's a 30-day self-improvement and self-love course. I paid $50 for it, and so far I really like it. I'm only a few days in. We just started on Sunday. I think just the act of investing in yourself through time, money, and effort is huge. I think that's huge. You have to show your inner self that change is worth investing in for it to start happening. Day one of the course was committing to listing out things that you are thankful for every day. I think just this practice alone has made such a huge difference in just like kind of kicking my butt out of the rut that I was in. I start my day with a nice slow morning, and I just sit down and I write out 2 to 4 things that I'm thankful for in that day, in that moment. Sometimes it's a lot easier to come up with, and other days, like if you're not feeling very good or you're having a rough day, it can be really hard to come up with something that you haven't like already felt grateful for before, but that's okay. Like, you can repeat things. I have found just this practice alone, just doing this is probably the greatest change maker that I've done so far in the past couple weeks. Adopting a practice, a habit, a commitment to writing down, or at least saying out loud, the things that you're thankful for every day I know it can sound kind of cheesy, but it forces you to look at all the good things in your life, even the small things. Like sometimes you just have to be like, I am thankful I have food in my cabinet. I am thankful I have one friend. I am thankful for my cat. Whatever it is, right? You can just start looking at that, and it's like a snowball. It starts out small, but each day it's been getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And like my heart space has been getting bigger and bigger with it. Like I've just felt a lot more joyful. You know, that's what this course is ultimately about, or at least the first week has been about creating joy in your life and removing obstacles and barriers that can get in the way of feeling joy. So I think it's really interesting. Again, I'll leave a link in the description below if you're interested in checking it out. So in addition to changing my mindset, the other thing that I have done in the past like week and a half to help myself is getting help. I've been going it alone for so long, and I just made the conscious decision to stop that and look for guidance and being open to receiving guidance. A big part of why my self-esteem has been so low over the past like year and a half now or so is because I've been struggling a lot with brain fog, and I've gained a lot of weight. Well, not a lot of weight, but I've gained some weight that has been incredibly hard to lose. And I've just been having like a lot of low energy days, like a lot. Every once in a while I'll feel good enough to like get out and work out or go skating or enjoy life by the beach. But most days I stay in because I just don't have the energy to go out. I saw a doctor about these symptoms about a year ago. They did some tests and screening and everything came out perfectly okay. So the doctor just told me to work out more so that I can lose weight and hopefully feel better from there. This was pretty dismissive, but I basically took that attitude towards myself. Like I was definitely angry about it at the time. You know, it can be hard to be a woman and go get healthcare because a lot of times you are dismissed. And it's happened to me in my past before too, but I was at such a low point a year ago that I basically just adopted the attitude towards myself. I was like, okay, yeah, you know, I'm just going to ignore my symptoms too. Obviously, they're not worth paying attention to. So I'll just do my best and just keep pushing through. So that's what I've been doing over the past year. In the past couple of weeks, I had that change moment that we talked about where I was just like, I can't live like this anymore. I need to get help. And so I made an appointment with a different healthcare provider, and she was able to give me some actionable next steps, which I'll share in an upcoming video, what we discussed, and kind of I'll document my journey, my health journey too, going through that, because I think it's all part of it. It's all part of it. So, you know, it can be really anxiety inducing when you have these symptoms happening, you know, especially brain fog, which is something that like, yeah, I had a little bit in the past before, but nowhere as near as it's been. You know, you kind of just want to hide when you don't feel good about your body and you don't feel good about your brain either. I was afraid of being approached because someone might want to have a conversation with me. And when it's really hard to get thoughts out of your head and form sentences, and it just feels like you're wading through muck, the thought of having a conversation with someone can be really anxiety inducing. Compound that with not feeling great about how my body physically looked, how it physically felt with the energy levels. It really caused me to, like I said, go into hiding. I stopped like really caring about my hair. I've just been washing it and like letting it dry and not styling it at all. I've been barely wearing any makeup. I've been wearing a lot of black and grays and dark colors just to like hide. Like, I do not want to be perceived. And I'm sure you know what that feeling feels like, but it's really been a constant feeling for me over the past year. And I don't want to feel that way anymore. I want to be seen. I have a light to share with the world, as we all do. It's time for me to step out of it and start being vulnerable and committing to stepping back into my power. Yeah. Going to see that healthcare provider really gave me hope. I think that, again, investing in yourself, whether through time, money, effort, shows your inner self that you're worth it. You're worth the change. The things that I was doing before, you know, when my doctor was like, you're just overweight, you'll feel better when you lose weight, was dismissive. And so I, you know, adopted that attitude for myself, and I showed my inner self that it was okay to be dismissive, that, you know, my feelings and thoughts didn't matter. I think that just by putting in time, putting in effort, just like you're doing right now, you're putting in time watching this video, shows your inner self that you're worth getting help, you're worth moving on to the next level, you're worth achieving your goal, you're worth getting better, whatever getting better means to you. Getting better, getting help takes 3 things. It takes money, it takes time, and it takes effort. If you don't have a lot of money, you're going to exchange that for more of your time. You're going to be doing things like you're doing now, watching free YouTube videos. YouTube has a wealth of information from a lot of different viewpoints and perspectives, TED Talks that you can watch and try and educate yourself and get better that way. You can go to the library or a used bookstore to pick up a book that calls to you, that looks interesting, that feels like it's on the topic that, you know, you're trying to overcome or trying to get better at, or the goal that you're trying to achieve. You have to put in that time regardless. And on the flip side, if you do have some money, you need to commit to investing some of that money into yourself. You have to divert some of your funds from where it currently is going and reinvest it into yourself, whether through healthcare, whether through getting a therapist, whether through getting a life coach, whether through going to exercise classes or meetup groups or whatever it is that costs money. If you have that resource, you actively have to divert it into putting it into yourself and getting better. Regardless of if you have more time than money or more money than time, it is going to take effort. You can get help from, you know, teachers and doctors and everything, psychiatrists and trainers and coaches. But at the end of the day, you have to do the work. You have to do, you know, the journaling and the exercises and the getting better day by day, and it's up to you. And that can feel a little oppressive, like, oh my gosh, I have so much to do. But honestly, I invite you to change your mindset around it to one of ownership. Like, oh, I have the power to change. You have the power to change. Take ownership over it. You can take that effort and make it yours. Go out and do that today. Make it your effort, make it your goal to change your mindset around the effort that it will take to change, to reach your goal. Okay, to recap, first of all, thanks for staying this long. I really appreciate you taking the time to invest in yourself and follow my journey. I think on social media, it can be really easy to think that transformations are simple and that it's all like an upward trajectory. But that's not the truth of things. The truth of things is that there are good days and there are bad days. There are days where you feel like you made a breakthrough and days where you feel like you've taken 2 steps back. And that's okay. That's part of the journey. That is part of it. It is my aim, it is my goal that through this video series that I'll show you the ups and the downs, the hardships and the joys of taking this journey on self-improvement, of reclaiming my power, of getting rid of self-doubt and coming out the other side, that you'll see that it's achievable and achievable in a realistic way. Again, thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you want to see more. Like this video so YouTube shows it to other people who might be needing this information. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.